Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I've done some work off camera on these non-standard methods for partially applied, and I think I've got it working now. So I just brought up Visual Studio, but guess what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to shut it down and start it up again to see if it actually works. So yeah, the thing here, oh, that's right. I put an extra test here. Instead of trying to change this one test and then examining the output, I just made an extra one and checked to see if it actually does what I thought it should do. And it seems to. Do I have the, yeah. So it's putting a ref here. Seems to have the parentheses right. So this should all work. I did also check the span one. That seems to work as well. So let's close this down and then we can actually create some integration tests. We'll see if that works as well. Okay, so let's come back here and bring this up. And then if this works, I didn't really have anything else planned, but I don't want to make this a short episode. I might start going into just looking at optional arguments and seeing what would that take and what does that entail, you know? And I've done some work in Rocks already to handle at least putting the values in the method, so I should be able to steal some of that as well and figure out some approaches there. Okay, so first things first, let's go into the integration tests and let's, instead of calling these apply tests, let's do this where we're calling this standard method tests. Yes. Okay. And then we're going to call these non-standard because it's early in the morning and I do not have creativity going in my brain for a better name. Okay. So static class. Public. So we're going to need a test for public static void apply with lots of parameters. We're going to need a test where we're going to do an apply with ref struct parameter, which would be a span of t, as usual. Public static void apply with ref return, and then we're going to have one more that we say public static void apply with ref read only return. Okay, there we go. So this first one is going to be awesome. Public static class non-standard methods. And I know here I'm using just maths because whatever, doesn't matter. So we need a public static void will int sum int a, God, int b, int c, int d, int 3. I always remember that J is 10. For some reason, I remembered that the first letter of my name is the 10th letter in the alphabet. I don't know why. I just E, F, G, int. So at 11, 12, M, H. Yeah, I forgot H, didn't I? This is just insanity. So that's 10 right there. 11, 12, 13. We're on 14. 15 is going to be O, not 0, not P, and Q. I think that's going to be 17, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There we go. There we go. All right, so then it actually has to do something. So I'm going to A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F. G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P plus Q. And you laugh. I would never, ever do this. But there are methods out there that I have seen that are ridiculous. Believe me. Public static bool contains int value span of int buffer. Buffer contains value. And then we need a ref return. So we're going to need a private static int ref return. And we're going to say your public static int ref return int A and int B because we need to apply some parameters. So we're going to say non-standard method ref return is equal to A plus B return ref non-standard methods ref return. Oh, we have to make that ref. There we go. Okay, and then we want to do a ref read only return. Okay, so now we're going to do ref read only. And I am, Is ref, okay, am I being stupid? And that ref read only is actually the int, and that is, or the in, and that's really not even a thing. Though it's not barking on the function definition here. Oh, yeah. Okay, it is a thing. It is definitely a thing. Okay, so first test here, we're going to do a var apply about half because I am just not apply, and we're going to have here non-standard methods dot sum. And we're going to apply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And now we want to say console.out.write. No, what? Assert that apply about half, which would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 is equal to, I don't know. There's an easy way to do this with like a series. It's a very simple, and I'm just forgetting it off the top of my head. I don't know. I'm going to guess 100. Let's see if this even compiles. All right, now it should fail because I'm highly doubting that this is going to be a 100 value. What is it? 153, but it worked. And that is the key. That is all we care about. Okay. And we're in this unfortunate state where it's not going to actually go into. What's cool though, well, that actually shows everything, but it's like, I mean, it builds, it works. If I run all the tests now within my solution, hopefully we get everything passing, as should be expected. And we do. So we are in a very, very good state. Okay, so ref struct parameter, that's the contain. So we're going to do var does buffer contain 3 equals partially apply non-standard methods contains, and we're going to pass in a 3. Okay, now we're going to do a var buffer is equal to a new span of int. We're giving a new 3. And we're going to say assert that does buffer contain 3. We're passing the buffer is true. And it is. Wonderful, wonderful morning. Okay, ref return. Var ref return is equal to partially apply non-standard methods, ref return, and that's an A and a B. So we're going to say 3. Okay. What are you barking at? Oh, sugars. Oh, crap. Well, this is why you write tests. This is why you write tests. Oh, I think I have a solution already in my head, but it's not pretty. You know what the problem is? Yeah, I can't go to it. But if you hover over here, what you see is a mismatch between the method and the delegate, because I already have a method here that takes 2 parameters and returns an int. So it sees that and goes, well, the ref part of it, the return does not, I guess, determine the signature of the delegate. It thinks you already have something there, and it goes, you're fine. In the sense that there's something I can bind to. But wait a minute, I can't do that because this is a ref return. Okay. So this is interesting. This is interesting because a ref read only and a ref. Well, crap. The only way to really get around this is to say apply ref return. You're giving a hint to the source generator that this method actually does a ref return. And then you're going to have to do a ref read only return, or just say ref read only and apply ref return. I mean, the naming of it's going to, but I'm going to have to do this because otherwise there's no way to figure out the difference between a method that's already been generated using just funcs or actions and something like this. So well, in this case, it would just be a func. But I'm glad I'm glad I actually came up with this in this case. And this was just this is one of those cases where it came up purely by accident. And I would have had a bug sitting there for I don't know how long if I did not actually have just done this. This is just one of those happy, what was that painter? Bob Ross.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
All right, so I'm going to have to think about how to do this. And for now, I'm unfortunately just going to have to comment this out because I can't, at least I can build all the tests again. Yeah. So the question then just becomes, from an API standpoint, what's the most friendly thing to do? Do I want to just say partially apply with ref return? That's a little wordy. Apply with ref read only return. Those are wordy, but they're also very descriptive, and they speak to exactly what the problem is. And even if this library got millions of downloads, which it's at 53 right now, but even if it got that many downloads, the cases of somebody actually needing to do a partial application on a function that returns a ref or a ref read only are very, 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 very small. Okay. And I would venture to guess that if you hadn't done a partial application on a function that had the same exact signature as one of your methods that does a ref return, that it would just work. You could use apply and it would just work. So I'm not going to take that case away, but if those are just hints to me, those are just hints to say that what you're doing is a non-standard method. Okay. Now that's great. That's wonderful. But what does that really do from a source code generation standpoint? I don't think anything. I think all it would do is just say that, yeah, I would now have to include the name of the apply method when I'm generating the code to say, are you calling apply or are you calling one of these apply hint methods? And that's all it would be is a differentiation for overloading. But it would go down the same paths as in terms of what you're generating. Okay, I think that makes sense to me. May not make sense to you, who's ever watching this right now, but it makes sense to me. Okay, so we're going to go back here, not the test, but we're going to come back up here. And we're going to have naming. So we're going to have, yeah, those are... We don't even actually use those, so that's fine. And we're going to call this partially class name, and then we're going to call this apply method name. Okay, and then we're going to have apply with ref return method name, and then we're going to have apply with ref read only return. Okay, now we have to go into the receiver and say, and access name equals this, or let's do this. Access name identifier text equals naming dot apply with ref, or okay, now I'm going to go right into the test because I don't want to forget this. Partially apply create. Partially apply with ref return. And I'm already seeing where if I just did this as a, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. So we're going to say test case. Okay, and then we're going to pass in here. Except I don't... Does it? No. Yeah, you can't do that. Test case source. And I think I still have rocks open. Crap. I thought I had... Oh, did I do the entire... No, I didn't. I don't think I did. Look in entire solution. Yeah, we did. Okay, I thought I had done it on one. And I am right. Okay. So we're going to want to do the same thing here. We're going to have a test case source. get method calls. Okay. And now we're going to have an enumerable of string called get method calls. Okay. And they should be able to do this. I mean, because what it's actually name of is going to give there is the name of the method. Okay, so now we want to have a case where I do a yield return of this, and that should work. And then let's just do all the cases here. With ref return. And I also want to reproduce the expected count. So I'm going to have to not forget that. And then we want the case where we are actually not doing anything. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to use a test. Okay, fine. Test case data. Fine. New. And then we want to say 1 in this case. This target type new is becoming one of those things where I am really starting to like it. It's one of those features that, again, gets added in C# where it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure if I really want this or like it or think it's a good thing, but find candidates. Now we're going to have string code int expected count. Okay. So we're going to put in here the code, and here we're going to put in the expected count. Okay, and then we don't need any of these other tests. Boom. Good. All of them pass, so that's working now. I love it. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, so we're able to do that. So that's the first part. And now we come into no, not the tests. We got to go back up here. And we got to go up to the generator. And we need to say here, that's all. This is pretty germane at this point. So now we say this. And I think also this would be pretty generic as well. I don't think that any of this would matter. Other than, yeah, the one thing we're going to have to capture now is what is the name of the method that you grabbed or that you gave us, because we now need to trickle that all the way through into the generated code. Okay. So if I come back to the receiver here, I want let's get rid of that. Let's go partially applied information. So candidates, these are all invocation. Yeah, so candidate is there. That gets the argument lists. It's used in diagnostics. But that's it. So what I want to do here is say this is a invocation expression symbol. I'm sorry, syntax, not symbol. Yeah. So I'm going to want to grab the name. Can you do this? Can you do this? Let's go and say candidate name is equal to candidate.expression as member access expression access. Yeah, I'm trying to do something where I can do some kind of pattern match to just find it all the way down, but I can't figure that out off the top of my head. You have to do something like maybe this. Dot expression as that dot. Yeah, this gets really messy. Well, you don't need to do this check because that's already fine. So you've got access identifier. Oh, as long as you get the access name. So we do member express. Okay, that. We know that's good. And then name as identifier name. Name as identifier name. And then we just do dot identifier text. Okay, not the prettiest thing in the world. That's good, and that's good. Shut up. I know it to be true. And then we would put in here we're going to call it, no. Apply name. Okay. And then we're going to pass in here string dot apply name. This dot apply name is equal to apply name. Okay. And I don't think it has anything to do with the equality or get hash code off the top of my head. Public string apply name get. Okay. So now apply name. And I don't think I have any. I do have tests, and they're going to all bust now because they're all like, I don't know what you're passing in. Well, they should. Oh, now if I save it, I bet it will, because it's going to eventually come back up to here and go, I can't do this. It has to. At some point, this is going to bust badly. Wait a minute. Oh, this is the result. Oh, I'm being stupid. These tests are what going to cause a whole boatload of problems. Yeah. So we could pass in here anything. We could say apply. It really doesn't matter other than assert that result dot apply name is equal to apply. Okay. And we should probably say, no, you're not going to const string. Apply name is equal to apply. Okay. And then we're going to make sure that we do this and that. Okay. So that takes care of that. So we do have a good test around it. That's one of the things I got to shore up is all the tests. So then we have that here. And I believe everything should still build because we've captured all this, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. The last thing we would need to do is come back up to the builder now and say we build a partial class. If we're doing a standard delegate builder, oh, come on. Now we need to actually get from the result, not this, var apply name is equal to result dot apply name. Okay. And then that's what actually goes into here. Okay. And then the same thing on the custom delegate builder. So we're going to do this. We're going to do that. And then we do apply name here. Now again, This is if you should always use apply as a default. Okay. And I'll have to put this in the documentation. If you do run into the case where you need to support a method that's a non-standard method like a ref return or a ref read only return, and you so happen to be partially applying two methods that have the exact same signature, then you can use this hint and it will go, I can now do it, because these are the special cases. Okay. I'm curious. I know I'm a little over my usual time, but I want to see if this actually takes care of the problem. And I need to get back to my job. So, okay. So, if I run all the tests first, a key combination is bound to a command. If I run all the tests now, hopefully they should still all work. And I should have tests in the generator say, do you pick up if you have an apply ref? Yeah. I'll need to have that in there as well. Okay, they all passed, so we haven't broken anything as far as I can tell. Let's go to the integration tests, non-standard methods. And now if I come down here and I say apply read on ref return, that's fine. Yeah, you think you don't, but you do. Yeah, it would because of what we just did. Okay. So now what we should be able to say is ref return is taking A and B. So it's going to take 3 and we're going to say ref result is equal to, no. Our ref result is equal to ref of ref return, passing in, yeah, I don't know. We're going to say 4. Okay, so now we should have 7 here. My code does not do all the things. That should work. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, it's up here. That's right. Sorry. I keep flashing towards what my kid's assignment is, and I shouldn't do that. Okay, so concept 6, ref var return. That's what we want. Ref var result. There we go. Okay. But I'm not really doing what I want to do up here, which is I want to see that I'm actually changing what's there. So we want to do a plus b plus non-standard methods ref read only. Okay, because in the first case it shouldn't matter. Same here. Except in the ref read only, you do get access to the state, but you can't change it. Let's just do this and then I'm going to end the episode. So this says what I should get back now is result is 7. If I say result now is 12, and then I do ref result is equal, no. Yeah. Result is now equal to ref return of a 4. Okay. Now it's going to be 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 12 is 19. So assert that result is equal to 19. Do you build? You fail return. Does not contain, that's interesting, 479. How did it get that interlocked increment that high already? That is funny. That is really funny. I guess every time it comes through, it just keeps making a new method. And I don't really care. It is a little disconcerting though, because if you do like billions of compilations, I mean, really the number is just an identifier. It's all it is. I don't really care about it. But it is a little disconcerting that it's actually not putting apply ref return in as it should be, because the result should be the apply name. So I'm well over time. I'm going to have to do another episode. I'm going to do some work off camera to figure out why this isn't working. So I might just do that off camera, and then I'm going to start working on the optional arguments and the open generics, if that's even a thing that I can do. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.